some dude in a full blackout just starts stumbling toward me like a toddler learning how to walk, pointing at his crotch like, here. I'm like, I'll get us a cab.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Why is it so bad? I have so many fucking needs, dude. Jesus. Just need one of these F1s. Clever girl. What the fuck, dude? That was the dumbest fucking nade I've ever seen in my life. That nade was ridiculous. I don't know why SMG skill's going up, but whatever. I don't think it's a submachine gun.
good person. I'm not racist at all. I'm proud of that. But I mean, racism, it's an issue.
I think
you know,
I've
we
heard
have to
on the
deal with
internet
it.
that she is racist.
Like, I was talking about this the other day. I was hanging out with all my black friend, and I'm like, Temembe or whatever. Let's talk about it. And what was she saying? She was like, girl, like I couldn't understand her, but she was pissed.
Every person being racist always starts off with, I'm not racist. Okay, that's enough, Amy Schumer. Yeah, it didn't work. So, I think I'm just gonna move on, someone else. Let's do one of the proclaimed best female comedians, Amanda Cerny. She got completely famous, totally based off of her comedy, you know? Okay, let's try the inappropriate accountant. If I laugh at the guy, it doesn't count, by the way.
How can I help you?
Help with that letter I sent you, or some sort of audit or something.
What tax
Does she
bracket are you
think the
finding
accent
yourself
makes
in?
it
Oh.
funny?
That's why I hired you as my CPA.
How much do you make?
Great question. Not nearly enough compared to my male co-workers. Can you believe that? Not nearly enough. It's not right. Make like 10 times as much as I do.
From your email, I saw that you haven't paid taxes since 2015,
Paying you all
which
this money
makes it
soon.
very hard for me. It's a lot of work, which makes it very expensive. But let's start off with, what's your profession?
I service the customers. Servicing the customers every single day of my life.
How many clients do you have?
5, 10 a day. Last year was more.
Just looking at her boobs. Oh. That was me laughing at myself. Not
Hello?
Hi, how can I help you?
No! You are not. You staring at my breasts? Are you staring at my
I
breasts?
mean, you chose that outfit.
You gotta be kidding me.
They are wide out there for the
I
world to see.
cannot believe you.
Tax
I
free.
cannot
I'm still up.
believe you.
Okay, calm down.
I cannot.
I'll pay you later.
I cannot believe you. I am gonna call my Uncle Paulie and have him come here and snap your neck.
I'll pay you in cash then.
No. No.
I mean, standard, not really much of a joke. So.
Call me later, sweetheart.
Fuck off, prick.
Hello? My computer is not working. Fix it.
Hi, AC customer service. How can I help you?
My computer is not working. Fix
Did
it.
you kill it with your personality or something? I'm kidding. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to Amanda.
That's it. Okay. Wasn't really much of a joke, but somehow this still has 70,000 views. I'll look at one more Amanda Cerny video because that was kind of quick. Mermaid Magic, 1.5 million views. Let's, I'm really curious as to why this has 1.5 million views. Let's find out.
Hey! Are you okay? Do you need help?
Hello. I'm good. Why?
Chicha.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
1.5
Yeah, you guys
million
covered
views.
that up on land, huh?
I'm a mermaid.
Oh,
Well, former mermaid.
yeah, I think I know one.
How do you guys even use these things?
Oh my god.
What,
Yeah,
is
I
something
think I
back
know
there?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where my blowhole is. Thought I lost it.
So you're a mermaid, huh?
Yeah, you may have heard of my friend Ariel.
The Little Mermaid.
To be honest, she's not so little. But when we were down there, she kept telling me how like amazing it is on land, and I was like, whatever. But then
does
after
that
the
mean?
100th time of getting a
What does
freaking
that
straw
mean?
stuck up my nose, I need to find myself a sea witch and have her turn me into a human. So here I am. Do you know where the princes are?
Prince. And you don't have those here in Florida. It's more like trap boys, serial killers, alligators.
So where are they?
I am
Come
not
with me.
mildly entertained.
The only
right now, but
princes
I'm
I
just
know
finishing
of
out for the video.
aren't from here. They're all in England. Gotta get on a plane to see them.
How?
Buy a ticket
How?
with money.
How?
Work.
No. No, I don't work. I'm a princess.
Is there a joke coming up?
You want some,
At some
princess?
point?
No, thank you. I only eat fresh seaweed.
Making something slow-mo does not make it funny.
Careful, that's a straw.
And?
You almost got it in your nose.
No, I didn't. That's how we drink. We put it in our mouths, we drink, throw it in the garbage, then it ends up in the ocean.
I don't know what I was thinking in coming here. I'm gonna go back.
I
to
don't
the
know
sea
what you
witch.
were thinking
Going
making
to
this
change me
video.
back into mermaid now. So thank you for your time.
Wait! Did you make me into a mermaid too?
No.
Wait! I'm an excellent wingman. I can help you find a prince.
No.
But here's the joke.
Okay.
Please tell me
Oh,
the joke.
FYI, it's a really far way down to the
So
sea witch, and I
bad.
can guarantee your lungs won't explode.
Honestly, it's better than going on another Tinder date.
That's it? Oh. Well, okay. That was rough. That was really rough, guys. I don't know what the comedy was even intended to be. You know what? Okay, listen, I may have been a little bit harsh there because I was picking comedians that general consensus is that they're not funny. So, what I am gonna do is Google search best female comedians and then see if I can laugh. Doing this on Xbox, by the way. Here we go. Women comedians who are actually funny. What is this? Megan Gailey stand up 1022 on Cody. Alright, let's go.
Okay, I gotta tell jokes, okay? How are you guys doing?
Pretty
Good.
good.
This is so exciting. My name is Megan. You could probably tell that's my name. It's a pretty dumb name. It's not the worst white girl name. It's not Becky, but it's top 10. You know, like, I've definitely had black women I didn't know be like, "Move, Megan," and I'm like, "You nailed it." Okay.
Not a bad joke.
I went out last weekend and I was waiting in line for the bar, and the girl behind me got very, very impatient, and she yelled out, "I shouldn't have to be standing here. I used to be in pageants."
Okay. Alright.
Oh. Well. We did not know that you had a fat mom.
Okay, her style just isn't for me. I'm gonna go to the next one. This is an ad. Does Carmen Lynch stand up?
Thank you. So I stopped online dating. I'm done. Now I just date the old-fashioned way. I just walk outside and hope.
Me too.
Me too. Me too. What a comedians do. Grenades haunting anyone? Fuck this one. Definitely feels bad. I don't blame you there, brother. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Scavs around here?
They're not gonna pursue me, they're too pussy. is. Fall, son? What? This guy's cheating. He was trying to shoot me through the wall, I think.
Вон оно
Fuck.
На, блядь, жри, сука!
I hate scavs so fucking much, dude. So it was a scav that shot me this whole fucking time.
Вон он, вон!
Oh my god, dude. Where are you?
Да вот!
Oh my god, come here, you piece of shit.
Вот!
Fuck you, you piece of shit, dude. God damn it, all that commotion for this fucking gun. Bring the guy I want. Jesus Christ. So dumb. Wow. Wow. What the fuck? That dude is hacking for sure. 100%. No doubt in my mind. That was the fucking guy. What? What? Why was he sitting down there? Scarface Sitto. I'm gonna add that guy and ask him why the fuck he is sitting down there. It just makes no sense. What was down there for you? I mean, what?
That's it. That's how people used to date 10 or 15 years ago. You would just put makeup on and walk outside and be like, ta-da! I hope it's today. So I'm 6 feet tall, and I was 6 feet tall when I was 14 years old. And when you're that young and that tall, you look stupid. You're like, hi, I'm really tall, I'm a freak. Who wants to be my friend? I have scoliosis. Kids make fun of you, so teachers are really nice to you. So they say nice things like, hi, Carmen, you should be a model because you're so tall. And when that's the only reason people give you to be a model, is because you're tall, one day you realize it and you're like, what about my face?
Oh, damn it, I laughed. Okay. If you want to show an instant replay, I chuckled a tiny bit. So, good job, Carmen Lynch, CEO of Funny Women. Yeah, so science has proved that women can be funny eventually. You just have to look hard enough. So, this was a fun video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me some recommendations if you guys want to see me react to anything else. Make it interesting though, not just like a boring reaction video. Like, you know, some people who react to Family Guy compilations and have over 1 million subscribers. That's not what I want to do. So, yeah, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day. I love you. Goodbye. Orange Peanut wants you to subscribe because he needs more money.
He needs more money. That's pretty funny. Kinda like this guy. What else has he got? I backflip into Legos for 80k subscribers. Drinking the world's hottest drink for 70k subscribers. Dave the Wire got anything on yet?
It's it's a lot for me, and I couldn't focus the way that I needed to.
Right.
So
On your music. And...
yeah, on every, like, there's always, you know, before COVID, there's always something going on.
Right.
Like 24/7. Like, it could be 8 in the morning. It could be, what time is it right now? 2 o'clock, something.
Yeah.
And then you got to go do a podcast, or you got to go to like a rooftop pool party or something. And, you know, being in Utah, it's so peaceful, like you said, and you get to focus on the music and wake up to the mountain.
Yeah.
And the sun sets at 10 p.m., which is bizarre, right around this time.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts, you know?
It is bizarre, right? Like now it's especially bizarre. Utah's always got a weird vibe, man. Like Zion National Park, you go out there to the rocks and shit.
Skinwalker Ranch.
I've been there.
Have you?
Yeah, nothing happened though. We went there for a TV show. We're like, come on, aliens. Where are you, you fucks? They weren't buying it.
You don't know Tyler.
Tyler.
The alien.
Oh, no. I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
Tyler
my
the
dog.
alien. You were telling me you have an alien friend named Tyler.
Yeah, his best friend's name is Ziggy.
Did they visit you in the middle of the night?
No, they don't. They just visit me during the day. We just play beer pong.
Damn. If you do the right drugs, you can meet the aliens. We were talking about that in the green room. If you do the right amount of mushrooms in a tank, get in a float tank, you can meet aliens.
Well, that's whenever
100%.
you're most vulnerable. Like you said,
Yeah.
most vulnerable, most susceptible to
Well, that's why I like weed. You know, we were talking about weed makes you vulnerable, and I think for someone like me, that's a good thing to like think that way. To think, just look at all the vulnerabilities and just the reality of life and the temporary nature of it, which just makes me more appreciative.
Right.
Like the fear actually makes me more appreciative.
Right.
But mushrooms are a different animal, man. They just bring you to this weird place that's like right next door.
Right.
You know, it's like a hall pass to this other place. Like you get like a VIP bracelet. You get to go into another room that's right there all the time.
But you can't go in until you get that bracelet.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. Like, I've been doing these microdoses for a while, and you don't really catch it until you do like 10, like right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
But then I ate these chocolates the other day, some Shroomies chocolates, and me and my producer Lou, we made a Coachella set for about 2 hours, based off of the Roblox. Do you know Roblox?
Yes, I have girls, young daughters.
So you know,
a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Do you know
obsessed with Roblox.
Do you know the death sound of Roblox?
No, what's the sound?
Oof, oof, oof.
That's what happens when you die?
Yeah, and then I sampled it, and we made a whole 2-hour set off of the deal with just a fucking 4-to-the-floor kick drum, and it was the time of my life.
Wow.
And I felt like I got that VIP wristband, and I was backstage at Ziggy and Tyler's concert, The Aliens.
Do you feel like that sometimes when ideas come to you when you fucked up? Like it's almost like it's a gift from somewhere?
I have no idea. I think all of my ideas are kind of like mistakes. It's like, because you never wake up and say, today I'm going to write the, congratulations or any song. And you kind of just, it's all about like right moment, right time.
Yeah.
Like I had like 8 Bud Lights, right? And then I took just a tiny bit of shrooms, and then here it's like, and then it just happens.
Yeah.
It's like, it is an accident. It is just like a spur of the moment type deal to where you're like, let me sing this melody over this beat, or let me make this beat even. And it just kind of happens. I don't know.
Well, that's the flow state, right? When you can get out of your own way and you can let ideas come to you. Like I was talking with this dude, his name's Joe DeSena. He runs a Spartan race. He's a really smart guy, very interesting guy. He does a lot of stuff for kids. He's got all these kid programs. These kids do like difficult tasks, and they do it over a summer camp. And it gets them better. But we were talking about it, and we were talking about being healthy and all the benefits of being healthy.
Sure.
And I was like, there's a lot to that, but there's also a lot to like the person who binges and creates something incredible. Like we were talking about Stephen King's books.
Sure.
Like some of the ones he doesn't even remember
Right.
are the best ones because he was on coke and drinking a fucking case of Bud.
Right.
Like it just blasted out of his head, chain smoking cigarettes, and he doesn't even remember writing. I think it's Cujo. He doesn't even remember writing it. Like wrote Carrie, half blacked out. You read that book today, man? That is one of the best fucking horror
My
books
dad's
ever.
the biggest Stephen King fan.
Dude.
Like,
he's amazing.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like to each his own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, whatever gets you through the night.
No, some people can definitely do it straight, and I've definitely had ideas without any influence of anything before.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes things come to you when you're like a little high, at least,
right,
a little drunk, and you're like, I don't know if I would have ever thought about this without the weed. It's
Well,
like they just come out of nowhere.
That's the whole thing too. Like drinking rosé or drinking, Bud Light, and then a little bit of just something else.
Yeah.
Whether it be, smoking a little bit of a J, because I'm an anxious person. You told me before you're not an anxious person, but
Not really.
But I used to smoke a lot, but now not so much. Maybe I'll watch a funny movie, and then shit. But it's that stroke of genius, and you're like, if I was nothing in my blood right now but just blood, no booze, no anything, would I have thought of that? And that's the whole different deal. It's wild, really.
I think of pot the way I think of wakeboarding.
Sure.
Because when you're wakeboarding and you're on that wave, I don't wakeboard, but when I watch people do it,
I don't wakeboard either.
It looks awesome, right? When they're on that and they're catching those waves, but then when they wipe out, man, they go down hard. And that's like weed. It's like you're not going to stay on that board forever. If you get really fucked up, that board's going to flip over and you're going to be on your face.
Whenever you rip that big ass trick, you do the behind the back double spin. That's a stroke of genius, and that's what I think that. There's a certain magic that goes into making a record, or, you know, if you're a painter, a painting, or if you're a dancer, a fucking cool dance move.
I think they're all related in some way.
Yeah, there's something there that just kicks off, and you can't control it, and you can't say when it's gonna happen, but it just happens.
Whatever that is that makes humans so interested in creating things that other people are gonna enjoy, but that's what it is. It's like there's a weird frequency. Humans creating things that they know other people are going to enjoy. And if you can just get lost in the beauty of just creating the thing and get out of your own way, then these ideas will come to you. But if you get in your own way, you have less bandwidth for the ideas. And when they come to you, it feels like they aren't even yours. Like it's like you're interacting with something. Like these ideas just like if you have an idea for if I have an idea for a new bit or something like that, sometimes they just come from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like where did that come from?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is where are premises from? What's an idea from? It's like creativity comes from the weirdest part of your brain that no one knows how to. I mean, you can have breathing exercises. You could do all sorts of things to try to stimulate it.
Right.
But the reality is you can't even measure it.
No.
You don't know when it's up, when it's down. You just know what you're doing if you're making some cool shit.
Yeah. Well, and that's so bizarre. Like to think about, like you said, it's just really humans creating something that other humans fuck with.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It makes you feel good.
That's the most, there's something there.
Yeah. When you see, like when you're in concert and you see 15,000 people rocking out to your song.
Right.
Like that has got to be a crazy feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, whenever, you're on the podcast, everybody's seeing you. Whenever you're kicking somebody in the face, everybody watching. There's a feeling there, and it's just like, oh, I realized finally I'm not actually just one person.
Yeah.
As like mithril as it sounds, I'm with everybody.
You're with everybody.
As in one moment in time, everybody is there doing the same thing with the same energy, the same good intention.
Yes.
It's fucking magical. It's weird.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, right? You're tapping into some magic.
I'm trying.
But that's what it is. If you think about what kind of alchemy is involved in making the right sounds to make people feel different.
Sure.
Because with a great song, man, you're giving a person a drug. There's a dopamine rush. You get goosebumps. A great song will hit you. Like when you're doing that, man, you're hitting that audience. 15,000 people, and they're all vibing on this thing that you've created. Like that's kind of magic.
It's fucking magic, and that's the coolest thing.
Because if you didn't know it existed, you would never believe someone could do it. You're like, what are you talking about? If there was no music at all, imagine a world with no music, with just animals. They never figured out how to make melodies and bars and songs that you write down. We were just animals. And someone told you, hey man, I'm gonna make some sounds. And people are going to lose their shit. They're going to be
15,000 people are going to get
screaming, dancing.
I always think about this too, and this is a weird thought. You know how there's famous people throughout history.
Yeah.
How the fuck do they know what they look like? Like think about in Wild West times when they see a dude in the bar and he's like, "Oh, you're Crazy Bill. I've seen you." How does that work?
How did they even know it was that guy?
How did they even know? And then even somebody could say, "Oh, I'm Crazy Bill."
Oh yeah.
But then how do you even believe him?
Well, there was imposter people all up until the internet. There's you can't be a fake Post Malone today.
Right.
But you could in 1970. You could play it off. Like no one
But
can get
then
information
you have
to
to
the
think
real
about
one.
these stories that people tell and think if it's the imposter or if it's the real dude.
Right. There's probably a lot of fuckery when it comes to like Wild West stories.
Or
Right?
think about even 1600s, like, oh, this dude it was crazy with a battle axe or something. I saw him cut like 9 dudes in half with one swing.
Right.
But it's the wrong dude.
Right.
It's not even fucking William the
Whatever he is.
I don't-
Braveheart.
I don't.
That one?
No, just a cool. What's a
Mel
cool
Gibson
word?
one. What's a cool name for a dude who swings battle axes? Other than
The
like
behemoth,
Conan?
the slicer. It was Charlie the slicer.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You gotta think. There's
Yeah.
no way to tell.
But just imagine history before pictures. What are you talking about? Draw me a picture. This is what the boats would look like when they would pull. How the fuck do you know? Like it was an abstract
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
You were the only way you could see something was someone had to draw it for you.
Right. Well, that's what I love to think. Like, it used to be like Instagram filters, essentially. Like, oh, I'm a rich dude. I want this artist to paint me,
Right.
but make me skinny.
Yes.
like make me ripped.
Yeah. Maybe a little more handsome.
Yeah.
Little
Give
more
me a bigger
sculpted.
dick in my
Yeah,
statue.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Big old dick. That was Instagram filters.
Yeah,
You're a rich person.
that's
You're
exactly
so
what
right.
it is.
We have no idea what anybody really looked like. I mean, imagine if there was like this one guy you would go to in the neighborhood, and all the ladies were like, "You got to go to him. He makes your ass look so perfect," and like that's how they would get their picture done. This dude would paint some nonsense version of them. Yeah.
No one knows.
How do you know?
I wasn't
Fucking
there.
mirrors barely worked back then.
I wasn't there.
Mirrors were probably terrible back then. They
When
probably
were
didn't
mirrors
get a clear
invented?
look. They're looking at shit through fire, right? That's the only way they light any room up. It's fire. They have
Yeah.
little lamps everywhere. It's preposterous. They have no idea what they look
It doesn't work.
like. No.
Doesn't work.
So imagine this is how ballsy people were in like the 1400s. There were people that would get in a boat and travel across a fucking ocean. It would take weeks and weeks and weeks based on a drawing and some shit someone wrote down.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Insane.
You don't even know where the fuck you are.
Insane.
Also, there's some salty dogs and some rapscallions. What's another pirate term?
Yeah. Dude, I was reading about pirates.
Landlubber.
Off the coast of South Carolina. Was it Blackbeard? Is he the big one? It just makes you think, like, Jesus Christ, like these are real people that would get, like, real famous dudes who'd get in boats and show up and just fuck people up and steal all their shit. And they were
So
famous for
crazy.
doing that.
So crazy. And it's so funny you bring up Blackbeard because I saw somebody had like some kind of sash or like
a Miss America?
Like a bandolier.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly. And it looked like you had a bunch of like black powder pistols. Like you got one shot and then you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
it's so funny.
That wasn't that long ago, man. That's the early 1800s is when they came up with a revolver. The Colt came up with a revolver, and they didn't even really put it to use until the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers figured out how to. There's a guy named, I think it was Jack Hayes. I think he's the original Texas Ranger.
Hey, Paul, this is Kayden Price with Aspen Contracting. How's it going? Good. I was calling about one of our mutual customers, William Lorton. I've got his claim number here if you're ready. No worries. Okay, his claim number is 0407 V is in Viking 580 and C is in cat.
All right, let me give you a phone number because I don't have the claim right now.
Okay. Let me.
All right, it's going to be, you need to call 844
Okay.
458
Okay.
3300
Sorry, repeat the last.
extension. I mean, 4300
4300. Okay.
extension 66.
Alrighty, I'll give him a call. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for calling State Farm. We have searched our records and did not find the phone number you are calling from on any existing claim. If you have questions about an existing claim, press 1. To report a new claim,
Amendment, the destruction. Barack Obama gets wildly partisan at a memorial for Congressman John Lewis. Media members exploit Herman Cain's death to slam President Trump, and Trump struggles with the consequences of his insane threat to delay the election. I'm Ben Shapiro. This is The Ben Shapiro Show. The Ben Shapiro Show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your data is your business. Protected at expressvpn.com/Ben. Well, there's one general rule when somebody who is prominent dies, and that is you kind of hold your fire, at least for, the next 30 seconds. And typically you don't use their memorials, particularly if they are very large figures. You don't use their memorials as sort of launching points for politics. This has been a rule that I would say Republicans have been better at applying than Democrats in the recent past. Whenever a major Democrat dies, or whenever there's a bad event that results in death, and a Democrat speaks at the memorial, it very often turns into a political rally. So it's nothing new that that's what happened yesterday with regard to the memorial for Congressman John Lewis. There's precedent for this. When Senator Paul Wellstone died in a plane crash back in the 2000s, the Democratic Party held a full-out political rally, stumping for progressive policy. When there was a mass shooting in Arizona, that was the same shooting that injured Gabby Giffords, the congresswoman, Barack Obama deployed himself to Arizona, where he proceeded to rant and rave about gun control and talk about the evils of his Republican opponent. So it really was nothing new what happened at the John Lewis Memorial. That doesn't make it any better, and it does demonstrate the utter classlessness of a lot of people in our politics who tend to use death as a rationale for jumping into debate over politics, purely speaking. Now, listen, I understand the temptation. I'm on Twitter, too. I get it. And I can't say that I've been blameless in this my entire Twitter history. I will say that over the past few years, one of the things I've learned is the day somebody dies, just shut it. It says that the day somebody dies, let it go. The day of a memorial, what you want to talk about is the stuff that unified about the person. You don't want to talk about the stuff that was not unifying about the person. There's plenty of time for that later. Well, you can tell the difference in the class level of our various presidents over the course of history, and kind of why Donald Trump is president, thanks to the reactions yesterday at the John Lewis Memorial. So there were several presidents who spoke at the memorial for Congressman Lewis. Lewis, of course, was a disciple of Martin Luther King Jr. He was one of the leaders of the civil rights movement. He famously was one of the people who attempted to desegregate lunch counters by peacefully protesting at lunch counters. He helped lead the March at Selma. Real hero in his younger days, and then served in Congress, obviously, in many ways heroically. And this is somebody with whom I disagreed on politics, I would say a lot. But you still try to look for the good in people, and not only the good. I mean, this is somebody who really did contribute to making the country a better place over the course of his life. Well, George W. Bush gave a speech yesterday, and it was amusing to watch members of the media suddenly recognize that George W. Bush was a good person. And Jonathan Capehart at the Washington Post is like, well, George W. Bush, what a wonderful man. What an incredible man. What a great speech. Yeah, 5 minutes ago, you all were saying that George W. Bush was the worst scourge of the earth. And frankly, I look forward to the time 4 years from now, or 8 years from now, whenever Trump is no longer in office and another Republican is running, when Democrats turn around and talk about what a bipartisan guy Donald Trump was, because that's how it always works. Ronald Reagan was the worst until George H.W. Bush was running, at which point Reagan became the good Republican. Then George H.W. Bush was the worst until Bob Dole was running, at which point George H.W. Bush became a wonderful, wonderful man. Then Bob Dole was bad all the way up till George W. Bush was running. And the same pattern holds true. So there will be a great irony to the fact, you watch, 4 years from now, 8 years from now, there will be a lot of talk about even Donald Trump didn't do this. Even Donald Trump wasn't as bad. Donald Trump, I mean, that was a bipartisan messenger for the ages. Anyway, George W. Bush gives a speech yesterday, very classy speech at the John Lewis Memorial. And a couple notes about the John Lewis Memorial generally. First of all, it looked like a generally beautiful event. Also, there is a gap between how elites in this country are viewed with regard to attending public events at this time and people who are, quote-unquote, the little people. And if you're a quote-unquote, little person in America, meaning a non-politician, a non-prominent person in America, and you look at the large-scale memorial event for John Lewis, and you think to yourself, hold up, my mom died in the hospital alone, and we still haven't been able to hold a memorial. Why do we get to do this for John Lewis? That is not an unfair question. It really isn't. When you look at Andrew Cuomo in New York saying that if you go to Georgia and you come back from Georgia, you have to quarantine for 14 days, and then you look at a wide variety of people from D.C. and New York going to John Lewis's memorial, do you think any of them are going to The American flag is responsible. The American flag is bad. For the revisionist historians who suggest that kneeling for the national anthem, by the way, is a sign of respect for the flag,
You need to be worried about Bear.
карманах, наверное, есть. Ах ты хер ебучий! Вот хуй!
Tell me what you need. Nothing comes for free. Please just tell me what you want. And I want it less and less. I guess that this is what I love. That's why I'm gone forever long. I'm gone. It will always find you. I'm gone forever long. I'm gone. It will always find you. I'm running out of options. It happens way too often. I started running into problems again. It happens way too often for me to forget. It's easier said than done. Tell me what you want. Maybe I was wrong. Lately that's a lot. Is this what you wanted? Tell me what you need. Nothing comes for free. Please just tell me what you want. And you wanted more, but it was never enough. Of course, stop acting selfish.